One of the biggest obstacles preventing you from up-leveling your life and manifesting your dreams is that deep down, you don't feel worthy of them. And that's okay if you feel so at the moment. I did too. And sometimes it still comes up. It's one thing to allow yourself to dream big and to talk about your dream life, but it's another thing to feel deeply deserving of it. Because if you don't feel worthy of that dream life, you'll never be able to step into that reality. You'll create excuses, you'll put up blocks, you will not do something because you're afraid of change. And that's why you cling to something old and familiar, to your comfort zone, even though it's no longer serving you. But feeling unworthy is not your fault. The world has trained you to believe that you're not good enough. It's one of the main limiting beliefs that us humans feel. And the first step here is to understand that this is a false belief. And just by acknowledging it in your awareness, you begin the process of changing that. Because when we don't feel worthy, our outside world matches that. When we don't feel like we're enough for the things that we desire and deserve, we end up deflecting any of the good that may want to come by doing that. We may not have a career that lights our soul. We maybe go on date after date without attracting the partner that really values who you are. We feel uncomfortable treating ourselves and allowing ourselves to experience things that we feel are maybe out of our league. What this all means is that we aren't loving ourselves enough and valuing our own worth. So the first place to start is by going within, acknowledging it, accepting it without judgment. Really think about these questions today. What defines you? What makes you truly feel worthy? When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, who do you see? Do you see somebody that you're proud of? Or do you see the flaws and imperfections only? What will make you feel completely worthy of everything that you desire in your life? Worthy of love, worthy of relationships, worthy of amazing friends, worthy of abundance, worthy of an amazing career that you love, just because you're you. Do you get your self-worth from the things that you say and do? Or maybe you have a higher self-esteem regarding the things that you have. Does your self-worth heighten when your car is brand new or top of the line? Are you always getting the next best phone or TV or video gaming console because you know deep down that it feeds into the way you see yourself? These things aren't bad on their own. It's understanding whether the things that you own define your worth and your value in this world. Maybe you derive your self-worth from your appearance. Do you believe that others will love you or value more depending on the way that you look? Or maybe your self-worth can come from your peers, the people around you. Maybe you feel more worthy when somebody does you a favor or buys you a gift. I spent so many years looking for my self-worth in all of the wrong places. I've looked for my self-worth in everything that I mentioned before, and even more than that. None of those things ever worked for longer than they lasted. And why? Because worthiness is internal. You're the only one who can deem yourself worthy or unworthy. It comes from a deep sense of knowing that you are perfect, that you are worthy just as you are. This is where your worth truly comes from, inside of yourself. It's not something that you can see or touch or hear. It's in your being. You're born worthy and you need nothing externally to feel worthy deep down. So how do you increase your self-worth when you feel that it's low? I'm gonna give you 4 tips today. The first one is to understand yourself more. And for that, let's do a powerful exercise. So imagine in your mind's eye, or write it down, that everything that you have is taken from you. Your possessions, your relationships, your career, your house, your car, your friends, your accomplishments, your achievements. And then ask yourself these following questions. When all you had left was just you, how would that make you feel? What would you have that would be of value? Think about your answers to these questions and see what kind of conclusion that you come to. The one that I came to was that no matter what happens externally or whatever is taken away from me, it doesn't affect me internally. Reminder number 2 is that you will never find your worth outside of you. Your job title, your salary, the likes and followers on your Instagram, your home, your car have nothing to do with your worthiness. And instead, measure your self-worth by the kindness within you, the love within you, the compassion, the respect that you showed to yourself and to others. Remember that you're worthy just for being you. Not doing things, but being you. I used to look at achievements as something that proves my worth. If I achieved the next certification, the next level, the next thing, I would be more worthy. But it's not about doing more. It's about being more. Reminder number 3 is to accept yourself. To forgive yourself for any of the mistakes, for any of the things that you regret. To forgive yourself for bad habits or struggles or negative thoughts about yourself. Anything that happened in the past. Forgive yourself and accept yourself for who you are with your flaws and imperfections, because none of us are perfect. And notice how much you have already learned, how far you have already come despite all of the challenges. Which leads to the last tip, is to love and appreciate yourself. Remind yourself often that no matter what people do or say, only you can control how you feel about yourself. You're complete and you're amazing just as you are. And you were born worthy of the desires that you have. One of the powerful exercises that you can do as someone who doesn't feel like you have a high self-worth is to look in the mirror in silence and tell yourself, I love you. You are worthy. You are valuable. You matter. I know it sounds like a ridiculous self-development cliche exercise, but I assure you at the beginning of my journey, this was very uncomfortable. And so I suggest you to go in front of a mirror and do just that. Self-worth can come from many places, but the most powerful place that it can come from is from within you. And the only healthy place where it can come from is within you. That's the biggest shift in your life and in who you are when you get to that place of feeling worthy just for being you. I hope this video spoke to you. I really felt the calling to speak on this topic today, and I'm gonna speak more about self-worth because I believe it's one of the core elements of you changing your life and creating your dream life. So stay tuned for more videos to come. If you enjoyed this video, if this really spoke to you or you got some realizations, also let me know in the comments and like this video if you enjoyed it. And also share this channel with a friend who you think that would need all of these educational tips and these tapping sessions and inspirational messages from my heart to you. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so to stay up to date with all of the videos to help you transform your life and transform yourself and make the next year your best one yet. I'll see you in the next video. With love, Mia.